Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's Wednesday, the second day of November. It's National Deviled Egg Day today, National Ohio Day today, National Stress Awareness Day today, and Traffic Directors Day today. All those things happening
Nice.
on this Wednesday. And I've got a guest joining me, and I'm super excited to visit with him. His name is Troy Gentile. But if you watch a little TV show on ABC called The Goldbergs, you might know him as Barry, Adam's brother.
Barry.
He has done such a good job of becoming Barry. I have no idea what the real Barry is like, but I'm assuming he must be doing a good job. I'm just saying, he's done such a good job with that character. He's got to be doing a good job, or they made him change it. I just think he's made that character lovable. And it's a real person. So I'll be chatting with Troy Gentile, Barry from the Goldbergs, coming up in a bit.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At BetterCreditCards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. It might not come as a surprise to hear this, but a third of us smile less during the colder months, according to a study.
Oh, yeah.
75% of people feel their mood is affected by the shorter days and colder days of autumn and winter. 61% are in dire need of a boost of positivity. But the results of the poll, 2,000 Brits, that's where this was done in England, say that smiling can be important. Smiling is as infectious as laughter. The average smile passing on to more than 3 people. 3/4 of those surveyed agreed that a smile from somebody brightens their day. 28% said it is better than receiving a gift. 36% said a smile made them want to do something nice for someone else. So why is smiling so positive? They say the act of smiling makes your brain release tiny molecules called neuroperceptides to fight off stress. And I might have said all of that wrong because I don't know. It stimulates neurotransmitters like dopamine, endorphins, and serotonin. I think I got those right. Endorphins have pain-relieving power, and serotonin acts as an antidepressant. So, all good stuff. So get out there and smile. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not 50, 15, 1-5. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by RadioTravelGroup.com. Heidi, did you know that conscientiousness has been named as the key trait requirement for astronauts who will be selected for the first human mission to Mars? Defined as
conscientiousness.
Wishing to do what is right, especially to do one's work or duty well and thoroughly.
Oh, good Lord.
Conscientiousness is the most desirable quality for astronauts that will live and work on the red planet millions of miles from Earth, according to a new study. Conscientiousness was identified as more important than honesty, humility, emotionality, I don't know how you say that, extroversion, openness, and agreeableness. So the good news is if I want to be an astronaut on Mars, I'm set because I get told all the time that you are one of the most conscientiousness people I've ever met. And your honesty and humility is barely surpassed by your conscientiousness.
Yes, you do. It's crazy how often we hear that. It's nuts.
Yeah. All right. We don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. A new Star Wars movie is in the works, at Lucasfilms, courtesy of writer Damon Lindelof.
You are just nailing this stuff.
I should probably pre-read this stuff, shouldn't I? Director Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy is also involved, according to reports. At this point, no script has been written, or at least hasn't been released. They report to be co-writing the project, though. Lindelof is best known as a co-creator of Lost and has experience in space, just not a galaxy far, far away. He produced J.J. Abrams' 2009 reboot of Star Trek, and he co-wrote the sequel Star Trek Into Darkness.
Okay.
He's already part of the Disney family, having directed several episodes of Ms. Marvel for Disney+. No official comments yet from Lucasfilm. So, at least at the time this story was written. Who knows? Maybe by now they've got trailers out and everybody knows what's going on. I don't know how old this story is. I've had it in my email for a while. Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At BetterCreditCards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Myths and facts about holiday weight gain. So we're getting to the time of year where I can blame all of my weight gain on the holidays.
Yeah, no, not this year.
It's what I'm blaming it on. No, most people gain a full size during the holidays. No, that's a myth. A Texas Tech University study found that female test subjects gained about a pound, male about 1.5 pounds in the 6 weeks leading up to New Year. That's far less than the 7 to 10 pounds most people say, or people like me that really do live up to that. Bloating is not the same as fat weight. Fact, one reason you may feel like you've packed on more weight is because many holiday foods trigger bloating and water retention. The main culprit, carbs and sodium.
Yeah,
So that's
sodium and everything.
So there's a lot of that going around this time of year, apparently. Next one, exercise staves off holiday pounds. That's a myth. More than one study now has found that those who work out around the holidays gain the same amount of weight as those who don't. But remember, there are numerous other benefits to exercise in addition to weight loss, like stress reduction, improved sleep, and others. I don't know what they are, but I'm sure there's more. I'll lose it in January. Myth. Studies show most of us never lose our holiday padding.
That's true.
Because after giving up on our New Year's resolution on January 2nd or 3rd, or maybe the 5th if you're really good, we just give up. And then the last but not least, myth and fact about holiday weight gain. It's not too late to avoid gaining weight this holiday season. Fact, they say commit now to a couple simple goals. Budget your carbs and your drink. Budget your carbs. Drink more water. Both can actually help you avoid having to make a big New Year's resolution to lose weight. So saying it's easier to keep it off than it is to get it off. I can tell you that for sure.
That is absolutely true.
I'm not good at keeping it off, but I'm really not good at getting it off.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying. We're talking about weight is what we're talking about here. Scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of Better. It just got awkward for a second. Comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not 50, 15, 1-5. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday. We've got Troy Gentile joining us. You might know him as Barry from the Goldbergs. Troy, how you doing?
Good. How are you, John? Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Excited to chat with you. We're going to talk everything Goldbergs here in a bit. But first, I was reading here that you were a young version of Jack Black in a couple of different movies. You were a young version of Craig Ferguson on his program and a young version of another guy in Good Luck Chuck. So you kind of had the market cornered when you were a kid of being the young version of other people.
Yeah, it was the right part for me. I mean, yeah, it's funny you brought up young Craig Ferguson. I didn't even remember that. But I do remember that, of course. But yeah, that never gets brought up. But yeah, when you're a younger actor, I think a lot of the playing a kid role of someone in the film that you're going to be in is always a job for you to get. And I was fortunate enough to play young Jack Black twice and play a younger Dan Fogler in Good Luck Chuck, which is funny because Dan Fogler plays Uncle Marvin on the Goldbergs, so now he's my uncle on the show. I've had a good solid run so far. and now we're on season 10. We're pushing season 10, so everything's pretty solid.
I got to tell you, I absolutely love the show. I feel like sometimes they had a hidden camera in my house growing up because I grew up in 1980-something. And for people who haven't seen the show, first of all, where have you been? But explain what the Goldbergs really is.
So basically, the Goldbergs is about a family set in the 80s. It's a dysfunctional family, like any family, but I think this family is a little bit more extreme on that level. It's told by the perspective of the character Adam Goldberg, who is my younger brother on the show. I played the brother of Adam Goldberg and Barry, and there are three of us, me, Barry, Erica, and Adam. And yeah, it's all of our experience in our mom, Beverly. And it's our grandfather and our father on the show who have now gone, and now we're on to Pop being on the show and Uncle Marvin. So there's been a lot of different dynamics throughout the years, these past 10 years. But it's been it's a comedy show. It's a nostalgic show. The wardrobe brings you back to that time and that place and that period. And a lot of people can register with that, and that's I think what the biggest part of its success is that it's set in the 80s and people love it, and we're able to pay homage to a lot of, great movies, and yeah.
And one of the things I love is every once in a while I'd be watching, and somebody who was famous in the 80s, like a famous 80s actor, will just pop up for some reason in an episode.
Yes, and that's why they do it, is because it registers with people. Like we brought in David Hasselhoff for the second episode of season 10, and to have an 80s legend on the set, and David Hasselhoff is a legend in itself, is awesome. I mean, we get to work with Elvira before. We've gotten to work with Hulk Hogan. We've gotten to work with Charles Barkley, so many, different sports stars. And that's why people, keep on loving the show and they keep on watching it, I think, is that they see that type of stuff.
One of the things I really have always loved about the Goldbergs is when they'll have footage that the real Adam Goldberg filmed back in the real 80s, and then you realize that the stuff really happened, and you have done a pretty good job of portraying Barry Goldberg. Does the real Barry Goldberg like the way you portray him?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does. I mean, he's very passionate. Now that we're into the later seasons, it's not really based on the real characters anymore. It's more based on a fictional storyline, and we're making new stories kind of now. But yeah, those chyrons and at the end of the episodes always register so much with people because we are playing people that are from a family that Adam wrote for us. So Adam Goldberg wrote for us. So it's just been a lot of fun. And now we're so later on in the season where now we're developing into our own paths. It's less so based off of that, but that's one of the main reasons also why too is it's registered with so many people is because we were doing things that actually happened within the family.
And I discovered in real life there's no Erica. There's a brother Eric. I always wondered how he felt about that.
Yeah, that's funny. If we were all three boys, I don't know. I think they were like, no, we gotta have a girl as one of the siblings. And Erica, played by Haley Orampia, is just so talented, and she's so funny, and we built such a good relationship throughout the years, and it's been such a pleasure to play your brother.
Well, you guys definitely have great chemistry together, all of you do. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us today.
No problem, thank you.
Again, Troy Gentile, also known as Barry from the Goldbergs, on ABC television Wednesday nights.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At BetterCreditCards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Non-dairy creamer is flammable. That's kind of cool.
Oh.
Yeah. Careful around the coffee machine. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Yoda from Star Wars was modeled after the appearance of Albert Einstein. They did not nail it, just so you know.
I was going to say.
And I would have never guessed that. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Freddie Mercury and Paul McCartney used the exact same piano to record Bohemian Rhapsody and Hey Jude.
Oh.
I bet that piano's worth $1 or $2. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Jack Nicholson once had a job answering Tom and Jerry's fan mail. Yeah.
Oh, really?
How fun would that be? Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The world is running out of sand. We use 40 billion tons of sand every year. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Studies show that Sprite may be one of the best hangover remedies. Ooh, I didn't even think of that. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
At negative 90 degrees Fahrenheit, your breath will freeze in midair and drop to the ground. Wow.
Oh.
That is bizarre. Hopefully that never happens to me because that seems way too cold. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not 50, 15, 1-5. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. Yay! Comes your way courtesy of Mintervention.com. Thanks, Heidi. According to a survey, 27% of adults say they do this to come up with extra money to cover expenses at the holidays. What is it?
Sell stuff from the house.
No. Make a deal with her significant other to not buy each other gifts.
Oh.
We do that all the time. And then Heidi buys me stuff. And then I feel terrible. So now I do the same thing. She's like, we're not going to do a gift. And then I go out right away and I buy one. Then I stash it somewhere. Because then she'll go, well, I got you this before we said that. And I'm like, oh, yeah, me too. Got this yesterday at noon. Okay, it was today at noon. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way courtesy of Mintervention.com.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At BetterCreditCards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. It's hard to believe, but some people are still using computer passwords like 123456 and passwords like password. The password manager software NerdPass released their annual survey after analyzing a database of 276 million passwords. According to them, basic passwords like those are cracked in less than a second. More than 2.5 million users were found to use the classic 123456. They say that has been breached more than 23.5 million times. NerdPass also points out that it is clear that not only are people still using rudimentary passwords, they're not changing them. Of the top 200 most common passwords, only 78 were new from last year. The top 5 most commonly used passwords, these are the same every year, by the way. 123456, 123456789.
Password.
Picture 1. Okay, that's a new one. Password and 1234567 Suggested changing your password as if it appears in the top 100 lists. Or they say they suggest you change your password if it is on this list. There we go. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. I've never heard of this, but apparently this is a thing. People who, instead of saying a swear word in front of their kids, they'll say the name of a band. I've never heard of that. Have you? So what are the bands that they're saying? Chumbawamba, Godsmack, Daft Punk, Mott the Hoople, Kaja Gugu. Oh, Kaja Gugu. I kind of want to say these things now. Mother Love Bone. These are all bands. Donovan, 50 Cent, Flo Rida, Puddle of Mud. Oh, wow. Feist. Rick Astley, John Cougar Mellencamp. These are all names of bands that apparently people say instead of swearing in front of their children. So this is from the internet. People were able to chime in. Bjork. That's another one that's on the list. And my personal favorite. Oh, Shakira. I think I'm going to just start saying that. Kelly Clarkson also made the list. I'm trying to figure out where you use some of these. I don't know what these are in place of, but it's the list. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At BetterCreditCards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Our quote today is from Jay Leno. According to a new survey, 90% of men say their lover is also their best friend, which is really kind of disturbing when you consider man's best friend is his dog. Yeah.
That's disturbing.
It is a bit disturbing. That is your quote of the day. It comes your way courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Doctor dedicated to empowering others with disabilities receives a $1 million surprise. Doctor at the University of Michigan received a huge gift from the Craig H. Nielsen Foundation. It's an organization that committed to changing the world for those living with spinal cord injuries. In 2013, Fermani Oklanami was on his way to becoming an orthopedic surgeon, but his dreams were almost derailed after a sustaining spinal cord injury happening at a pool party on the 4th of July. Despite breaking his neck and becoming paralyzed from the neck down, the former All-American track star never doubted that he would be able to live a productive and independent life. He's since dedicated his life to helping others with disabilities. He is the Director of Student Accessibility and Accommodation Services at the University of Michigan, where he oversees the Office of Services for Students with Disabilities, 2 testing accommodation centers, and the Adaptive Sports and Fitness Program. He made it his mission to build the Adaptive Sports and Fitness Program to inspire students like wheelchair tennis athlete Caden Baxter and others to find their joy once again. He says, I love being able to show people that chairs and people with disabilities are able to play high-level athletics. I love the fact that they're able to play sports, period. It's because he has shown me that it is possible, they said on Good Morning America. Thursday morning, they surprised him on campus with a $1 million check from the Craig H. Nielsen Foundation. How cool is that?
Wow. Yeah, that's
so,
great.
yeah, they came in to say, hey, you want to make a difference? Well, this just might help a little bit. So I think that is really, really cool. I've got a link to that story, all the information in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday.